Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you so much for joining me for a video. I thought I would do my home tour today, Christmas home tour. I wanted to show you the decorations in their full effect with the blue lights and all of that in this particular room. And it has to be dark, so I had to pick just the right time to do it. But I'm here now with it, so I hope you enjoy the blue room, what I was terming the blue room. And as I told you before, this is kind of an inspiration from childhood, really, because I've always liked the blue light effect. I've always liked Elvis Presley and his Blue Christmas song. It also brings a connotation of the Holy Night, the Holy Family, the Nativity, and all of that. I try to go through what I bought, where, how I was inspired, and I hope you enjoy it. Here in the entryway, pretty simply, I just kind of put a little blue area here, kind of the frosted snow and cozy little area here. I put a globe that I have in some of my collection of globes and some candles. I've added a blue scarf here, a silk scarf. I put in some pearls just to kind of give an effect of snow. And I love this little frame that I thrifted a while back. You can shake it and that snow actually moves around, so it's a really nice kind of a shadow box thing. Then I put a little book that I have from Frozen. It's kind of an adult color book or something. I have a snowman there. There is a candle there. Should have turned that candle on. A lot of these things are thrifted. I would say just about everything on this table is thrifted, except maybe this book from Jane Austen. I did order that on Amazon a while back. And I just have some snowman. I have a nativity scene, a really pretty one. I think this is a Precious Moments one. At the top, I just had a frame. I don't want to really take everything apart, so I just added a little ornament there with some sparkle picks and things like that. Now, I do normally have this snowman wreath right here at the door, but it kept falling off. Every time I'd open the door, you can't hardly see it, so that's there. I had these angels for a while. Those always stay there year-round, though, so a lot of times I just like to put things on top of what I already have. I don't really want to take everything down. Okay, so this is the piano room. You can see this from here. This is actually a dining room, but I've never used it as a dining room. I've always used it as my piano room, and that's basically where this is where I do a lot of my hauls. But I turned it into what I termed a blue room for Christmas. And like I said before, I was inspired by many things, including Elvis Presley's song. So let me turn it down a little bit so you can see the full effect of the blue lights. It looks so beautiful. I put like a curtain of blue lights, and then I strewn some other lights that are stars. And that's the whole backdrop. Next year, I may go ahead and get some blue curtains as well. Maybe some sheer blue panels. These are burgundy curtains that are up here. And this is a pink room, so it's kind of a difficult area to film. But that's what I put there, and I will start in the corner here. I have a really pretty penguin. There, you saw me haul that. I've had this little snowman for a while. Lights again. I just added a little ornament to him. Then over here I have a wreath. I added the ornament of the angel there. On top of that, I have a really pretty frame that I've had for a long time. I had it in another room. It never comes down. I've always liked it, even though it's a Christmas tree. It has all of the names of Christ, everything from the lion, the good shepherd, and so forth, and all the symbolism, King of Kings, and all shaped into a Christmas tree. So I have always loved that. That is a poster that is framed. I bought it this way at a thrift store. It is from a Houston Baptist church, and it actually advertises at the bottom their Christmas Spectacular. They do a fantastic, huge Christmas parade and play and show and everything, so it's pretty renowned. And that's the poster that I got from there. And then the wreath, and then down here I did a vignette that kind of just, what I wanted to convey really was the mid-century look and my childhood and memories of that and my parents' era. So I put a little vignette together here of their picture. I put it on top of a book entitled The Kennedy Years. It's a very, very nice book that I've had for a while. I just put some blue kind of champagne glosses in the prettiest blue. I filled them with pearls as well, just made them look a little bubbly, and there they are at a casino somewhere back in, I think 68 is what the picture said, 60, 66 or something like that. But it connotes my childhood and all of that, so that's why I put that there. I also added 2 crystal snowmen, really pretty big happy snowmen there. Also added the really pretty crystal looking nativity scene, and then I've just kind of strewn some jewelry there that I thought kind of conveyed my mother's era, my mother's style. These are actually from my collection. Some really pretty earrings, a brooch, and a strand of pearls. So this is just a little table that I put together, again, just conveying some of those childhood memories. That is what Christmas is all about, in my opinion. That's kind of what I like to bring to my decor. And then on that, I had been thinking I need to get a blue velvet dress, because that's another childhood memory of mine. I remember going to my parents' best friend's house, and they had quite a social life, so they always got together on weekends and played cards and went to dances and so forth. So I remember this very distinctly. We went to one of their houses, and they had 3 daughters, I believe. And I don't know what it was that we wanted to, I don't know where we were going or what we were going to do, but we were not dressed. My sister and I were not dressed up in dresses. We had, I think, jeans or shorts on or something. I don't know. It is Texas after all, so it wasn't cold. But anyway, we went to they had sort of an attic or something where they kept their clothing. And they said, go find her a blue dress. Go find her a dress, a Christmas dress. We have a bunch of them, hung up in the attic or wherever it was that they kept their clothes. So I remember them pulling up the prettiest blue velvet dress out. And that's why I have always loved blue velvet also for Christmas. And I definitely dressed my girls in blue velvet many times. It's one of my favorite Christmas colors for Christmas dresses. So I found this at the thrift store just this month, right? I could not believe it was actually there, and it was in their Christmas section. I added a beautiful brooch that was actually, it had a little bow on it, actually had a red bow, and it was just a really simple bow. This is actually a homemade dress. I cannot believe I found it. But I added this beautiful brooch that a subscriber of mine, Roxanne, thank you so much for sending me that wonderful gift all the way from Canada. It's so sweet. And I adore this brooch, guys. It's a pretty little snowflake. It's gold tone, and it just went perfectly with my whole little vignette here. So again, that was another Christmas memory, blue velvet dresses. And then, of course, the Elvis Presley scene here. I found this sweatshirt where it says memories. It's actually a sweatshirt that I wrapped around a cushion. I will very likely just keep it as a sweatshirt and just use it as I need it for my pillows, because I love it. And it also connotes a deep memory for me when we went to see Elvis. My dad took us 2 times to see Elvis. I saw him in San Antonio, and I saw him in the Astrodome, and I saw him in his jumpsuit era. In those days, that's when I saw him. Very early 70s, I believe. No, late 60s, something like that. And so that's what I put there. I also found this pillow on eBay or Posh somewhere. I love it. It has Graceland in the snow. I found these Pottery Barn covers, so I covered some cushions that I have in my other sofa and just used them there. Found a pretty blue velvet cushion here as well. And then that throwback there is hand knit as well. And I found that on eBay as well this year. So most of these things were from this year. Over here, I have another little small area, little vignette here. Of course, I have Elvis as well. I have him standing in front of a Cadillac. Now, this is a old car that I bought for my son years ago when he was a tot, and my husband had it saved somewhere upstairs, and he dusted it off and brought it downstairs. We couldn't find the purple Cadillac, but we got a blue one. We got pretty close, and it is a little damaged here and there, but it's just amazing. We love it. And this is my very first Elvis ornament that I got years ago. I used to do a gold Christmas tree, kind of a small one, and I would put all gold ornaments and balls and things, and I just had this one beautiful Elvis one in his lame suit there. I found these hound dogs recently, put those there, and this is that Hager vase that I found not too long ago. I just added a couple of golden apples there and things like that just to spruce it up. I found this beautiful cup just this year, and as I was putting my Elvis room together, it says Elvis 2017. I think they do different iconic singers and things. I'm not sure, because I have one by John Lennon as well, with John Lennon on it. But anyway, I got that. I love this sign. I thought it was perfect for Christmas. It says kindness is power. And then, of course, I found this blue Santa. He looks so cute in his blue hat and blue jeans, so I thought he went perfectly fine in this little area. I also found this really pretty nativity scene just this year. It's so pretty. It's kind of a resin, all movable and beautiful. So I added that there. And then, of course, I've had this little stained glass lamp for a while. I thrifted that this year as well, so that stays here permanently. But I added some icicles and other things there. So that's the look from here. Hope you can see that well. And the lights sometimes cooperate, sometimes they don't. On the chandelier, I just added the little blue, well, little giant ornament. My husband found those a while back. We have about 4 of those. All right, and then here, trunk that I have, I turned it into a table temporarily. This is a trunk I usually keep in the corner, and it's full of toys for my grandkids when they come and play. I found this incredible prayer rug tapestry years ago, and I have it normally sitting on my bar. It's a beautiful rug. It's actually hand woven, and it's just gorgeous. It feels like velvet. It's amazing. So I put that there. I added my vintage books. I added a candle there with some angels, and I put that in that beautiful bowl that I added a candle to, some pretty little angels dressed in blue. And then I just put a tray with a little towel. Got the snowman there. I have a collection here of 2 oversized Starbucks mugs. They are in a beautiful, beautiful deep blue, so I put those there. I have my Fiesta teapot there. And then this is just a little potpourri holder there, silver. I thought it looked nice there. Then over to the area here, I have my Elvis Christmas tree. Now these I bought all recently. I found these ornaments recently, and this one is really pretty. It's got a picture in the front and a picture on the back, and it actually has his birth date and the day he died, 1977, the year he died. I love this. This is from that Christmas special, or that comeback special that he did on TV. Some of these do work, guys. I think do work. This one actually changes images, so you get different images of Elvis there. And I think this is the one that works. Let me see. Yeah, this one plays. That. I did get all of these ornaments on either eBay or Posh this year. No, not Posh, Mercari. I think I got 3 of them on Mercari and 1 on eBay, and I love them. I especially love the different eras of all of them, including the pantsuit era, which is when I had the pleasure of seeing him twice. And then I even got one of these with the mug, which I've always loved, the U.S. postage stamp. I have another one, another mug that I've had for a while, but I couldn't find it because I have it listed. But I never want to take a best offer on it because it's gorgeous, and it is a mug from his museum, I believe, and it has the purple Cadillac on the front, so it's really pretty. And here's a really pretty mug I just got as well. It's a little snowman there. And this is a really nice mug. It's actually made in the US. It's really big and beautiful. I just put some little napkins there. I have a little snow scene here as well, and I strewn that little napkin through the loop there. I didn't really change any pictures or anything around it. Oh, I also added a couple of stockings. This pretty stocking I picked up at Cracker Barrel last week. I was looking for an ornament because that's where I found the gold lame one that I originally started with, and then I finally see the stocking. And then here I have a little music box. Actually, this is a big LP. I think it carries LPs, albums, but I decoupaged this with actually music from the Beatles. I'll have to show you that one day, but it's got music sheets that I decoupaged, and it's got the Beatles music. Inside it has pictures of the Beatles, but I just put it there because of the music notes. And then I put also some pictures there of all of their albums. This was a special Rolling Stone issue on the Beatles, so I did that for my son years ago when he was in college. And then I've put some Frosty the Snowman candle holder there that does not have a candle today, and some more little Frosty mugs. I added this wall pocket that was also thrifted not too long ago. I love that wall pocket. I forgot who made it, but it's only one. So anyway, then I found this pretty jar. I put a little, I think this was an ornament. It says peace. Then I put some fairy lights inside. It's just the prettiest cobalt blue glass. And it's got a really heavy silver top. It's really, really pretty. It's what I put on the piano mandala. I think that's a tablecloth. Of course, I folded it in half. I'm not sure if it's a tablecloth or just a wall hanging, but I added that to it to give the blue effect. I've had this vintage music book for a while. I adore it. It's so pretty. I love the illustration on it. I added mostly the nativity scene here. Remember the camel? I thought he looked perfect there. I added him there. This is a vintage nativity. They used to give these away. I remember at Christmas time they used to give these tiny little nativity scenes away at stores and things. Oh, this actually belongs over here. I had to turn on the fairy lights. Forgot to put it back. Okay, so that pretty little, very, very nice glittered effect nativity scene there. Then I have more nativities there. This is another little miniature that I adore. I do collect those. I did put them all over the house this year, though. I have quite a few here. Normally I put them in one section, but I decided to kind of distribute them. Then I have my little bronze praying bookends, praying hands bookends. I finally found the candlesticks that I wanted. They were at Cracker Barrel, and they have the prettiest blue glitter. They're just amazing. I did put some more starlights back there as well. This is a gorgeous little ornament that I found. It's an acorn, silver. I think it's mercury glass. And then we do have another nativity scene here as well. These are those cobalt blue candlesticks that you were pointing out in one of my videos when I did a ride-along, and I hadn't seen them, and then I went back to get them. So I love them. I think they look absolutely perfect. The light's kind of glaring, but they're just amazing, and those candles came out very, very nicely there. All right, then this is a little tin box with the nativity scene, but I love the inside. It's got the words to Silent Night. It was an ornament. It was in a crystal clear ball, but it broke. It fell just recently, a couple of days ago, and it broke, so I had to throw away the glass. But on the inside was this beautiful nativity scene. So, as is the case many times, things do work out. Another pretty nativity. These are just little trinkets that I found. I love this little glass container. I also filled it with pearl crystal looking beads. I put my little moon there that I've had forever in my bedroom. I found this little trinket box. I thought it looked like a crown, so I thought it went perfectly here with our Lord of Lords. And then at the very top I have an angel that used to sit at the entryway, but I put her in here. I thought she looked really pretty there. It says, we believe in angels on it. The blue effect there. Really pretty winter scene frame picture that I found. I tinseled it up a little bit. Thought it looked pretty there, but I love that frame. It actually matches the painting on this room. So interesting with that burgundy. But I love it. I think it's so pretty. It's 3 people and lots of people skating there. And then down here, I normally keep this truck here for my grandkids as well. It's full of blocks, but I decided to add this little Frosty the Snowman. He actually lights up too. I had to move him because he falls a lot. And he loses all of that beautiful frosting every time he falls. I don't know why, but it seems like he's perfect right there on that stack of blocks. So, and I thought it looked cute because I often see construction sites or places that sell trucks. I know we have a cat company around here, and they always put a beautiful display. Frosty, he has stopped working. He used to sing, but he's not working anymore, but I added him there. This is just a little knit throw that I added, and he's sitting on top of a table. This is a vintage mid-century LP album holder, and I also decoupaged this with all of the Rolling Stones covers. This was also a special issue of Rolling Stone where they had all of their covers, and I took it and I've decoupaged this. I also did a little paint technique on there. But we do have some really good records in there. I have a couple of copies of Led Zeppelin. My son has his 90s music as well, so we love that. And then over here on the wall, these little mirrors, they do actually hang on the square, but I tilted them over and hung them this way because I got more of a Middle Eastern vibe, which is what I wanted for the Holy Night scene. So I did that there. And let me turn off the lights a little bit and I'll let you see. I want you to just take a quick look at all that I did in this room. I have a little playhouse over there. We did put a Santa on top of it, but my grandson is spending the night, so he actually has he moved the Santa. It was on top of that little house. And that's it there. Effect there. I love, love, love the blue curtains. It's just so beautiful. It's so serene. This tree, this is an interesting tree. It's actually a half of a tree and it has a plastic backing, and then you just hang it on the wall. And I found that at the Salvation Army on the way out. I was leaving, I saw this and went back to buy this cute tree. It had blue and red ornaments. It had the blue ones that are already on there. I took the red ones off and I put them somewhere else, but those are them there. This table here is just a map, a US map. And I actually decoupaged this one as well. This is a vintage desk, that's why I don't want to get rid of it. My daughter didn't want it in her room anymore. And so I put it in this room. It's got a drawer. And I did decoupage that map. My son used to collect National Geographic maps, and I did a lot of decoupage with them. I love it though. My daughter didn't take quite the care I wanted her to take with it. It's got some markers on it, some glitter. She did a lot of crafts on it, but it's still amazing. Well, it went with the blue theme as well because of the map colors, so that's it there. And that's kind of a little corner there. All right, we're gonna move on to the kitchen. Okay, in the kitchen, I just put a little vignette here on my counter, and what I have here really I've already had before. Like I said, I don't really like to remove everything in order to put Christmas decor, but sometimes I do. But anyway, I strewn at the bottom some, this is actually a Christmas skirt here with the peak. These are the stockings that match. All of this was a set that I found at separate times at the Goodwill this year. This is the table runner that goes to it. So it's all here sort of as a little anchor. And then these little houses I thought would be perfect for kind of a Christmas scene. I actually had these forever. They were picked up at a garage sale by my husband. They're Avon canisters, and I just love them. They have kind of a Victorian look, so I thought they were really perfect. And I used to have the lighted up Christmas village, but I got rid of those. I just got kind of tired of packing and unpacking them, and you know, sometimes you just get tired of the same old Christmas ornamentation. So I got rid of them. Now I regret it because I really have learned a lot about setting up villages and all of that, but I'm starting to buy them again. I have a few that I've purchased this year, and I intend to buy a few more. But anyway, this one worked out for me, and this is a beautiful nativity that I have always loved, and I usually put it with my other collection. It's got the miniature, teeny tiny. I mean, look at the scale of that. This is tiny little nativity scene in front of what I believe looks like a mission style church. It's just adorable. It's a really, really beautiful piece, and I love it very much. So I added that. I do have my Fiesta picture back there. I usually have a collection of pictures here on the on this kitchen counter. This is a really pretty orchid that we've had for a long time. My husband has managed to maintain it living. I don't know how, but it's working beautifully. And then this is a blue terracotta pot that is imprinted with my granddaughter's footprints and handprints, so it's really beautiful. We have that there all the time. This is a vintage little teapot house that I just found and I adore. I think it's so pretty. I love that. This looks like a little cottage there, and then the handle is actually like a tree. Here's a little ceramic Santa dish. This is a beautiful snowman cookie jar that I got from one of my students, actually one of my patients when I was at clinic. She traveled somewhere, I think to Italy, and she brought it back. I don't think she bought that in Italy, but she brought me back some biscotti. It was filled with biscotti, so it was super excited to get that. And I just put the stockings here, guys, just to give it a little anchor as well. I love these little quilted stockings. Okay, I did put some books there. I usually have Julia Child out in that little stand, but I opened up a really pretty page of one of Martha Stewart's Christmas books and put that there. And you saw me haul these little soap dispensers, and those are filled with hand sanitizer and hand soap. And then I put Build-A-Bear baking mousse back there, and she's perched in my one and only piece of jadeite. Well, now I have two. I just recently found another one. Little jadeite mixing bowl there. I also found these vintage mugs this year. That is Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and those are vintage. I've never seen a Mrs. Claus. I see the Santas redone quite a bit. That is a Longenberger picture back there, I believe, and I found that in an estate sale. Then we have Santa, a little wooden cutout of Santa that I'd recently purchased, and he's supposed to really be kind of like a shelf sitter or something, but I couldn't find a shelf to put him on, so I put him there in the window. Then I have this lovely piece. I was actually gifted an entire set of these dishes, and I've never used them. This is kind of a casserole dish with the little cardinal on top. I was gifted that years ago by one of my friends. It belonged to her mother. Oh, my wreath fell down. Let me fix my wreath. Here I added these two mugs from Starbucks filled with hot cocoa. I did find these at Walgreens just the other day. They were buy one, get one free, believe it or not. So I got that. I also have another little Starbucks mug back here by Santa, and I found this coffee bar sign a couple of weeks ago at the Goodwill for about $2. That was a really good deal. I did find these beautiful candles. They're different colored birds, and I put it there on a jadeite saucer that I found. I cannot believe it. Rarely have I seen jadeite, but I found that one. And then this is kind of a permanent sign, right? It says coffee and tea bar, but I had one of my students write hot cocoa for me with a pretty little ink. We were kind of finished with our testing, and I was asking the kids, which one of y'all has wonderful handwriting? Because I have terrible handwriting. And they all wanted to do it, so they all wrote their name on the board for me. And I chose a couple of people. I didn't want to leave anybody out, but I chose them all to write hot cocoa. And then I picked one and cut it out and put it there so we could also make it a cocoa bar. And then here is one of the newest little houses that I bought. I have two other ones, but I just didn't figure out a way to put them all out yet. But I'll probably do that next year. But that is it. Again, this just is right on top of my kitchen counter, right by my sink, and that's where I put that little area together there. No big deal. Oh, I did also purchase this little cherub here. Isn't she precious? She's really heavy. I found this at my honey hole. I went back to my honey hole and found this, and I also found that little wreath. It had some gold glitter. Probably can use a little recoating of glitter on that. That's another one I found. I've had that Santa for a while. And then over here I have really just a little coffee area that I put together. And I think I had showed you this in probably an Instagram post. I have a little Santa star hanging there. I love this little canister, just heavy. I have my coffee beans there. We do grind our own many times, but I also have some that's already ground up, and this is our favorite brand. It's amazing. Now these, I've been changing them periodically because I use them, but I do have 4 of these mugs. I don't know where I have the 4th, but I recently found 3 for 79 cents. These are from 2004 Starbucks, so they're pretty old. I have a collection of these mini espresso ones. I have that there. And then what else do I have? Oh, and then I think I have 4 of those as well, but I have those stacked back there. Then I found a really pretty ceramic pot here. I have a little gold laurel leaf type wreath. I love that. Just put that there. But in here I have my little throat coat hot tea packets for brewing. I love that. I did find this pretty little Santa light. This, I guess in November is when I found that one. I recently found this amazing mug. It's got an angel. The handle is just gorgeous. It's so pretty though. I've never seen such a pretty Christmas mug. Look at that. So I put that there. This has been changing, like I said, either because I've used the cups or I just want to switch it up. Here's another really pretty cow mug. This is the one I told you is made in Spain. And I only have one tiny little peppermint stick because I didn't buy any. I think I got this one on a Christmas card. And then here's a big oversized Starbucks as well. It's just got the Starbucks symbol there. So I added that. And then over here, I added some of those mercury glass ornaments that I found. I have 2 Starbucks mugs. I have this bear that's a vintage bottle. I just love it. I don't drop it. See, it's a bank. And I had filled it with snow, but then I thought, no, it looks pretty just by itself. So I took the snow out. I liked it just like that. Plus, I was afraid I'd lose some of that snow through that little slot. And then I just tiered it up. These are 2 cake stands. This is the milk glass one that you saw me haul. These are also Starbucks Christmas mug, rolled lip, which makes it difficult to drink out of. Another Starbucks mugs. And then recently I found these little spreaders. They're actually signed. I don't know who they're from, but they look like little name tags for the gift tags. And then this is a little milk glass piece that my friend Elizabeth sent me. It's the little creamer. I love it. Put that there. We don't use cream in our coffee, but we sure love the milk glass. Coffee bar area there. And that is there. The kitchen. Now we're going to move to the dishes that my friend gave me. Again, these were really, really pretty. I think she said that her mother really loved QVC. I didn't have a complete set on a lot of these things. I just put an old tablecloth that I've had for a while. It's actually too small, but I always just put placemats and make it work. These are some green glasses that I also thrifted. So I did put these little, compensate for not having the complete set. And then over here, I did find all of this year. I love this plate. It's so beautiful. I'm hoping I go back and find more. Certified International. And it is just the prettiest pink and red poinsettias with a gold Christmas tree there. And then I found the bigger red plates at the thrift store as well. Here's some more of the cardinal motif. These are just the little dishes for, I guess, relish and chutney or whatnot, some kind of thing you could put in there. And then this is that Noel sign that is vintage as well. Really beautiful Japanese porcelain with holly on there. They're listed on eBay. They have not sold yet, so I am enjoying them right now. I have a very long story about the cardinal salt shaker and why I only have one, but I'll tell it to you later. Then I also have a little cardinal here, and I just put another pretty little wreath, a little gold wreath there, and I put a little baking mitt back there. Just kind of set up a little vignette there. And so that's it there. And then here's the rest. How I used the rest of that set. This is a quilt, and I used it as a window treatment, and it fit absolutely perfect in that window. I love it, and I'm super excited about it. Just put my little collection of plates here, and I've had a few of these snowmen. Some of them have been gifts, and some of them are just items I found at Hobby Lobby and whatnot. I did find this collection this year. I just added a little red bow there, but I love the fact that it's got the cardinal there along with all the other beautiful birds. I cannot believe it when I found these. I think they were about 79 cents each. My little snowman thing. And I'm going to go turn on the tree and you can see the tree. Start with the tree and look at what I put up in there. A lot of these ornaments I've had for a long time. A lot of them I just got. Tree. This is a really nice one. I like it quite a bit. It's a Martha Stewart, got it at Amazon. I like the little bristles. They're easy to hang the ornaments with. You can see what I added to this one this year. I have a ornament that I'm going to give up very soon because I got that for my daughter. This is actually a Jim Henson. It came in a little package of ornaments at a thrift store that I picked up, a whole package for like $3, I think, $2 or $3. And when I saw her, I just had to have it. I knew it would be one that I would give to my daughter. So and this is one for my sons of their wedding. The type that you can put the little light bulb in, so I really like that. I have lots of angels. This is a very recent little Santa I got. I love him. He is glass. This one is glass too. Really pretty one. I love that one there. I used to hang that one by itself. Then my daughter got me these Christmas vacation ones. They actually sing the theme song. And then there's another one here that sings the Hallelujah. Then I got these little Wizard of Oz ones just recently. Garage sale. It was my neighbor's garage sale. And these were his late wife's collection. She still had them in a box. I was going to list them, but I fell in love with them. This is from my son's mobile one. I have a couple of them left, and I did give some to him, but they're from my son's mobile, crib mobile, oversized pine cones. And I have some glass ones here, so I kind of just really made it look pretty lush there with a lot of different things. Here's that lamb chop that you saw me pick up in a ride-along. Lots of wooden ones as well, some stained glass. I love this one with the 3 kings on there. And this one says Feliz Navidad. Love this one too, glass as well. Recently you saw me haul these. This is from, what is it, that Home Decor. I forgot the name of the company, but they were new in a box and I just loved them. I knew I was going to put them for Christmas. I was hoping to put them in vases, but they just didn't look as I had anticipated, so I stuck them all around my tree, and I think they look really, really pretty. A picture of my daughter when she was with Santa. I just found these too, these little houses. I think they're so pretty. We do have a fake gift there. The red one is just a little fake box, really cute. The other two are wrapped gifts, one for my grandson and one for my daughter. Probably over 20 years. I love these. I've had quite a collection. Some of them have broken. I had different colors. And I think 2 or so still survive for a long time as well, probably 10 years. There's some that I have with my children's pictures on them, and I actually got these when they were that age, and they're now in their 30s. It's got a little stocking. This is from the Children's Cancer Hospital here. Just bought that one. I love that. Just bought this little nativity here as well in a little package from my honey hole. I went back to my honey hole, and they sold me a bunch of beautiful ornaments for very little money. Kids vignette. I put some Tinker toys. I've had that Santa for some toys glued to his arms at one time, but they've kind of fallen. Soldier and a whole bunch of things that were in his hands. I had hot glued them to his hands, but they have fallen, so I have to get that repaired. I have the Little People Nativity. Have it down there for access for the kids. And then I just got this little music box with the circus, and my husband did fix that up for me, so it's working fine. Collection of these train cases, and I thought it would look pretty there. Holding up a holiday Barbie that is actually my daughter's from the 90s, and she was still in a box, but the box has definitely seen better days. So I took her out, and I advise you don't collect Barbies for your kids. Let them play with them, or let them decide to collect them, because you'll regret it. At least I did. If you're going to collect them for yourself and not do it in the name of the children, right? Then I have a sitting Santa. I actually stole this from my cousin. I like telling that story. One day we drank way too much wine. She's got probably 200 Santas. And I said, go see which Santa's missing, because I put one in my purse. And we had a good laugh about that. And then she let me have it. Here's some really pretty velvet clad dolls that I've had also for a long time. Most of this stuff was thrifted. As I've told you before, I did have quite a collection of Christmas items. Pulled the reins on that for a while, and I even got rid of a lot of things, but for some reason this year I'm inspired to just deck the halls a little bit more, maybe because I have grandkids and I kind of see the delight in their eyes when they see pretty things, and I want them to remember Grandma's house looking that way. This is a beautiful Santa that I've also had for a good, I don't know, 30 years. Best friend who was actually the one that turned me on to thrifting here in Houston. When I moved to Houston, we met at a restaurant where I was working, and she took me with her to the Goodwill once, and I was just totally hooked. And she found this Santa, I don't know where, I think at a Goodwill. It's just a wood Santa, but it's a Mexican sombrero. And she said, "You've got to have that." So I did. So she got it for me. It's been part of my Christmas decor since the day she gave it to me. I just love it. I really should put a hanger on it because I just kind of lean it there. I found this little cup recently. I really like it. It's kind of an illustration of the makeup of a tree. So it's really, really cool. Oversized. I put a candle in there. I just found these at the Salvation Army. These are the Radco. I believe they're repops, of course, but they're just gorgeous. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave them in the box. Just display them right there in the box. They're such a rarity to find such nice ornaments unbroken and still in the box. Cute little Santa with his sweater, a wooden nativity scene. I did put that red wood bowl to good use. I've added some peanuts, and that's a musical one, actually. Poems from the Heart. She did that probably in 3rd grade. That's in there, and then some other children. Really cute Santa that I also thrifted about 3 or 4 years ago. A little doll high chair beneath him there, so he's kind of on a pedestal now. He looks a lot prettier, I believe. And I put some fairy lights on his tree. So I think he baby's there as well. A penguin. It's really, really pretty. I really like him a lot. Of course, I have my winter scene going on all the time now. They do play some really nice Christmas music too. I mentioned these stockings before. This was actually my grandmother's blanket, very threadbare. I decided to turn it into a stocking for Anna and I about 10 or 15 years ago. So I embroidered her name. I made this, and then I also put the title of a song. So every time I hear that song, I pretty much lose it. This is my daughter's stocking as well. And this is mine, stitches, so we call our grandmothers. Some people use that word pretty commonly for grandmother, and this is what I meant by stitches. So I really wanted to save it and do something. This is my son's very first stocking. 6 months old at his first Christmas. I just sewed a little patch on there. Santa with music there. I have a vintage looking tin right here in the meadow. We can build a snowman, it says. And I really wish my milk glass lanterns would have a longer cord. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get those to turn on next time because their cord is super short. Nativity as well, and then the other twin lamp. I love the Victorian lady back there. She's beautiful. She's holding some holly, I believe, and she is all clad in red and fur from a distance. And then, like I said, I do have some of that Christmas music piping in. I do. Oh, and let me take you over here. Little snowman there, and my daughter gave me this one, or I took it, and she had another one. The other one was bigger, and it broke. Some fairy lights as well. Some greenery here and there, and I think it looks really cute. In the built-in, I just added a little scene. I used the little, what is this? I forget what kind of collectible glass that is. It's kind of that amber opalescent type. I also found a vintage mirror recently. Like some of that light, and it's just so beautiful. It almost looks like sterling, but I don't think it is. Just recently. I also found this Yadro. I like her quite a bit. I think she's so pretty. And I think I got it for like $1. Really cheap. I couldn't believe it. Looks like she's kind of getting ready to blow the candle out, so I thought she looked cute there. I have angels here as well. This one is musical. Oh, she plays Jingle Bells. Another little Mexican Santa that I put back there. I just added a little sprig to his little platform there. I bought this little nativity scene quite a while back at Hobby Lobby, but my pup really loves stuffed animals, so he has taken the eyes off of the donkey there. I may have to retire this set, but I really love it because it all goes back into the little shed there. I really, really love that little plushie. See, he's even torn the beard off this one. Recently added these little pine trees, and I added this is a heavy ceramic snowman. Here's another really pretty one. It's a bank as well, but I got it at a thrift store somewhere, and I really like that. I love this little Santa as well with his ski sweater. I just found him. I think he's gorgeous. Pipes. I actually went to a Catholic school where our mascot was the Scotty. 8 to 16 girls. It was an all-girls Catholic school. Played the bagpipes. We did Scottish dances, and it was just fabulous. So this brought a lot of memories of Catholic school. Quite a few little miniature ornaments. They're so cute, and battery operated as well. I bought this, and I do want to start doing snow villages. Maybe next year I'll gather enough. I used to have a lot of the snow village houses, but I gave them away. Just put a little Santa suit, and this is one that I got a few years ago at Cracker Barrel. They're actually to hold gift cards, but I kept one because this is the one I used at I think the last Christmas that I spent with my dad. I gave him a gift card from Cracker Barrel there, among other things, and he opened it and left the suit, and I have it there. Then I have a little collection of this one. This one says a 1950s Santa. I don't know what brand or what they are. I really never even bothered to look at that. But I have been collecting ornaments for a while. Here's a little bell Santa as well, so he's just perched there. And then here on the sconces, I just added some of my, I added a labradorite sphere that I have here, and just kind of paperweights and things, and then ornament up at the top. Some horns that I found recently, again with a bag of ornaments. Then over here, I have a picture of my granddaughter. I'm covering it because I don't have permission to show it. But I have a little vignette. They look really satiny, don't they? And a little mercury glass book in German. The snowman, yeah, I really love that one. I have a gorgeous Ralph Lauren tray. It's a huge tray, green, beautiful motif, kind of a ski sweater motif or something. It's just so cute. It's acrylic, and I could not believe it was only $4. Then I found Snoopy, and he does sing that wonderful song and dances it too as well. Isn't he fabulous? Oh my gosh, I just fell in love with him. I just fell in love with him. That is a must. For me, a Christmas movie is Charlie Brown Christmas. I have to see it, and I remember seeing it every year. I remember waiting for it every year. I remember wondering if we were going to get to a television in time for when it came out, because it came out once a year only. Parents took us to both grandparents, and they were probably 2 hours apart and at least 3 hours from our home. So from San Antonio, we drove into the smaller towns of Corpus, and then on to kind of a little bit, not quite at the valley of Texas, but a little bit inward, and definitely South Texas. So it was a lot of driving, and my sister and I would worry to death if we were going to get home in time to watch a Charlie Brown Christmas. This is that depression glass sleigh that I found in that beautiful pink. This actually has like a little holder so you can put a taper candle in. Filled it with some vintage and contemporary glass ornaments. And then I found another copy of A Christmas Carol this week. I have a smaller copy, a paperback, but I love this one. It's fully illustrated. It had the Hello Kitty, a few more of their characters in here, and there's Hello Kitty, I think in blue. I've added a few more gold pieces. Christmas carols as well, more music. My grandson really enjoyed this. It says Happy Holidays, and it has Toy Story. A lot more, and that's a lot of really pretty. Here I have a lot of vintage Santas. This little guy is so cute. Look, he's wearing glasses. He goes up and down the chimney, and he makes a lot of squeaky noises, but he hasn't worked in a while. I don't know if I can fix him. I'm going to try again to see if we can fix him before we put him away. Then I have another Santa there. I have a Let It Snow sign right there, kind of just covering the background a little bit, really, because I usually put trees back here. Up bulbs, they're really motorcycles here. This one does play Easy Rider, and or Born to Run. I don't know, one of those famous songs. And then this is a cookie jar, just a really nice one. I found this at a resale shop. My husband found this somewhere, I'm not sure. I think it was at a garage sale. It was new in a box. I love the little Christmas goose back there. I don't know who makes it, I forgot, but that's a recent purchase. I just got this little candle as well. It's just a little mason jar. Turn the labels around and put a ribbon on it. I love these candles. These are just so cute. And then this Santa's been with us for a long time. My husband won't let me get rid of it, even though the neck has to be propped up because the neck is messed up. All right, this is a sign that I am totally in grief about because it has worked for a very long time. And right now, the A is not working. And what it does is it dances. It has like dancing lights, and it turns on and it fades off. And I actually was paying for something at a thrift store when I spotted this next to the cashier. And I said, can you sell me the sign? And she said, sure, I'll give me $18. I don't remember what it was. So she sold it to me, but now I have to figure out how am I going to fix it that I've had for probably 20 years. And when I bought it, it was vintage. This is another vintage Santa. He actually dances as well. He's huge. I mean, he's like life size. Really, really big and beautiful. And then here in the bar, kind of the little portable bar, I just added a few things. I put some snow in here, and I have a really long story about this cardinal because I wound up returning one because one was broken and the girl let me have one. And then we both talked about what a cardinal means, that it's a loved one coming by to say hi when you see one. So she kept the broken one, said she was going to keep it because she recently saw one and she could swear that it was her father's. Hello to her. So then we had a good exchange there at Cracker Barrel. And I put some fake snow that I also found at the thrift store in this pretty little glass. Very nice glasses that I thrifted a while back. Really pretty candle here as well. Nice scent to this one. I have a glittered, I don't know, I think this came in a package as well. A little glittered nativity scene. I just put some beads, some little, actually this is like a garland. And then this is a beautiful necklace that I just purchased from Donatella from her auction. She said she had one Christmas necklace. I don't know who asked about it, but I was expecting, you know, just some hand-painted wood thing. She pulls this thing out. And then when I opened the box, oh my gosh, talk about above and beyond expectations. I adore this necklace. So I had to put it there on display. Then I love it talks about getting a little smashed or something.
How would you like a carrot for a nose? I'm melting and I can't get up. I woke up on the wrong side of the snowbank this morning. I'm sick of snow.
He's a little grumpy snowman. Another snowman I've had for a long time. And then this is a really beautiful vintage Mikasa vase that I dressed up with some greenery and a little poinsettia there. Added some pine cones to a vintage glass. Put some of that mercury glass in here. I do have a collection of the corks in there and some stoppers. And speaking of Donatella, she also sold me a beautiful lot of stoppers, and I added them there to my collection. Some little crystal ones. And then my son brought me this from Italy, so this is definitely Murano glass. He told me he got it there. And just a few more ornaments. I have the beautiful fish, abalone fish bottle openers in here that my friend Vanessa sent me. I have two of those, and they're in there, and I love those too. Oh, here's another pretty stuff. I fell in love with these. I don't drink very much, but I sure like the accessories. Then over here I added this little stick, a very large one actually, just to put something there with the at the stair rail and everything. I put a burlap bow there at my portable bar as well. I got that for $2 recently. Really love that. And then over here I just have this table that I recently thrifted as well for $12. This is the lantern that you saw me thrift as well. Little table runner, I guess you could call it. This little table runner here is so pretty. It has castles and lions, and it's just amazing. I really love this. I don't know where I got that, but it's definitely thrifted. With my red books, I have some Mark Twain there, I think, and I don't know what else. I had this tree for a while. I added this ornament. This was my first Christmas card from Miss Dawn Maserati. Thank you, Miss Dawn. And it went perfectly with this vignette. I had to send her a thank you note and take a picture of this. I've had this beautiful angel in my piano room for a lot of years, but she moved over here for Christmas. I have a picture of Santa there that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then I found all these little elves in a bag. You saw me haul that as well. I actually purchased this in a box. This is a vintage piece. I'm surprised it's still working. The lights all work, and they were still in the box. It's just a little strand of poinsettias. Just kind of put it there with a little book vignette, and the elves are just kind of perched there. I put one of them back here with the mouse. So she's lit up as well. Oh, I found one of these, but he's back there because I haven't shown him to you. He kind of hung out after Halloween, but he's a collectible. Didn't even know it till I looked it up. I forgot the name, but it's signed there. He's really cute. So found this fabulous vintage clock, and I couldn't resist putting it with my Christmas decor. With all the fanfare that Christmas brings, I know it brings sadness, but it also brings joy. And I really wanted to embrace the joy this year. Seeing it through younger eyes this year has really enabled me to embrace the joy. And I hope you do the same. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, a fabulous New Year. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up on your way out. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.